Hello and welcome to the Kappas Coaches Corner here at the Thomas Stendhal Studios, presented by the Spotlight Media Network. I'm your host, Jon Aljancic, and we're here with Coach Chris Kappas. Chris Kappas, thanks for joining us.
Great to be back.
Good to see you. Well, hey, last time we talked, we were kind of ramping up, getting into maybe like your 2-week lull, where the kids had off, coaches had off, more importantly. But now you're kind of ramping up the end of the off season. And getting into the preseason. But let's start with the end of the off season. You just got back from a Mount Union, a 3-day Mount Union overnight camp. How'd that go for you?
It was great. I mean, I think it was everything that I hoped it would be. When I coached at Mount Union, I ran that camp, so I saw the benefits that a lot of the teams have had that've come there for year after year. And our biggest thing was to go, get away, no distractions, focus on football, and really try to grow as a team. And I thought we really accomplished all of those goals.
Awesome. Well, during the day you had a couple practices. At night you had a 7-on-7 against some various teams. Tell us kind of how all that went, especially the 7-on-7 passing scrimmages.
It was good. It's you stay in the dorms. They feed you 3 meals a day, and it's almost like an NFL mini camp where you're away. So it's just to focus on football, and I thought we really were able to get a lot of things done in those practices that we were able to have. Focusing on growing our special teams and getting those things installed and getting a little bit deeper into our offensive and defensive schemes. And right now I just feel like we're way ahead of where we were a year ago in terms of everything within our program. Sure. Not just schematically going into the preseason, but just where we're at as a team and where our culture is. And then the 7-on-7s, it's just an opportunity to compete against some other teams that were there. Cuyahoga Falls was there. Garrettsville, Garfield was there. So teams that we don't play, but some opportunity to get some work in against other people other than ourselves. Absolutely. And saw some really, really good things from some guys getting to compete, and guys we brought our freshmen, so our freshmen got to compete against those teams JVs along with some of our JV guys. So it was good. Some guys just really getting opportunities to shine and show what they can do. Sure.
Well, you kind of touched upon team building at that camp. Were there any specific instances or any time you're like, man, I'm seeing this team kind of come together? Was there anything specific for you, or was it just more of a general thing?
It was more of a general thing. I mean, we've been team building throughout the summer, so just really trying to get the kids to get to know each other and to want to be around each other, and purposely we gave the kids a lot of time after meals, in the evenings at Mount Union camp to just hang out in the dorms. A lot of them brought TVs and the new NCAA football games out, and guys were playing, guys on the first floor playing guys on the second floor online in the video games. But it was good to see there was no one just by themselves hanging out in their rooms. It was a bunch of guys hanging out in this room, and they just got to spend a lot of quality time together, just doing what they wanted to, being kids, and being away from distractions, from girlfriends and all that stuff, or having to go to work. So it was just a general thing. I think throughout the camp, our team got closer together.
Absolutely. And for me personally, watching it, one thing I noticed as well, just watching the sidelines or just in general, it wasn't like you had the same 4 kids hanging out together the whole time. Like, they were different groups at all times to really, it didn't matter if you were a senior, freshman, whatever, like starter, reserve guy, like guys were getting along well and hanging out and really building, which was really encouraging to see.
Yeah, and that's what you hope when you build the culture the right way. I always tell them that everybody's your brother. There's no hey, that kid's a freshman, he's got to earn his keep. It's, hey, if I'm a senior, I better grab those guys and keep them under my wing to show them this is the way we do it here, and I'm going to treat that guy the way I wish I would have been treated as a freshman. I noticed things and very observant about, okay, we're going down to eat meals down in the cafeteria. We got seniors and freshmen sitting by each other, and I think some of the leaders on our team were going out of their way to go, get to know some of the younger guys, and you don't want to try to force those things, but when they naturally happen, and you can see that, and that's when the culture's really starting to take form and become strong.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a break here for a moment, and on the other side of our break, we're going to unveil for the first time the team motto for the upcoming 2024 season. So stay tuned.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans. As many of you know, when the Louisville Herald moved on into retirement, the city of Louisville, Nimishillen Township, and all of its community members were left with a void. The community lost its ability to hear about local events, news, information, sports, and community projects. We lost the ability to come together for Louisville's betterment. Well, we have a solution for you, Spotlight Media Network. Spotlight Media Network is a place anyone can go, whether it be social media, YouTube, or our website, that will display information in different formats to show the best Louisville has to offer. One last thing, if you have something newsworthy or something you would like the community of Louisville to hear about, send us an email at spotlightlouisville1@gmail.com. So if you want to see what is happening in Louisville or the best Louisville has to offer, check out Spotlight Media Network, where we know Louisville is #1.
Welcome back to the Thomas Dental Studios here at the Spotlight Media Network and Coach Kappas. So now, we kind of talked about it before, but hey, we're heading from the preseason to now from the off season to now the preseason, starting up this Thursday, 2-a-days start up, and you're setting the tone for your team. And so, Coach, I know every year you guys do a team motto. What is the team motto this year?
So this year, I pray about this all the time, that it comes to you at some point. I was listening to a podcast one day, and they were talking about essentially making decisions, whether they're big decisions, small decisions. And a universal symbol for making a decision could be flipping a coin, right? It's A or B, and we talk about our core values as a program, what we call Code Blue. Which is commitment, relentlessness, unselfishness, toughness, integrity, and loyalty. We talk about those over and over and over again, because I want our guys to know who we are and have an identity, and I want our kids to know that they're not football players. That's not who they are, right? They're people. They're sons. They're brothers. They're a lot of different roles, but being a football player, that's not just who they are. So we want to try to really build a strong foundation, and in every decision that they make, right, that they have to put those core values at the forefront, and play with, whether it's how they're going to go out and play football. We want to play football in our brand of football, which is fearless, fast, and physical, right? We want them to always have each other's back. We talked about decision making. They always have a decision on whether they're going to be on time or not, whether they're going to put all their effort into doing their homework assignment or they're not, or they're going to watch the extra film, or any decision that they make, are they going to do it with our core values at the heart? So like I talked about, flipping a coin is a universal symbol for making a decision. So our motto this year is flip the coin.
Okay.
So I told the guys, I said, well, I gave them a big presentation, and I showed some clips of some significant coin flips and from some movie clips.
Sure.
And showed the Thanksgiving game with the Steelers versus the Lions.
Yep.
Where Jerome Bettis called tails and it landed on heads or landed on tails, but the referee thought he said heads. So we showed some, what the significance of a coin flip can do, just in life or in football. But when we talk about flipping the coin, we're getting these coins. Each one of the kids gets one of these coins, and this has our brand of football. It says Fearless Fast Physical. It has code blue, all the elements of code blue. But the special part of this coin is it's the same thing on both sides.
Wow.
So when it comes down to making a decision, these kids are all going to have this. And, when you flip this coin and make a decision, at the end of the day, there's really not a decision to be made. It's, hey, I'm going to give my best. Hey, I'm going to have my brother's back. Hey, code blue is at the forefront of everything that I do. And I just think it's something physical that they can have.
Absolutely.
It's something special to us. And, everything that we do, we if it's up for grabs, hey, we're going to be in a hole at some point, right?
Absolutely.
There's going to be some adversity come. Hopefully there's some success, right? And what's the next step? How do we approach the next day? Well, let's let the coin decide that. And really, at the end of the day, there's no other choice other than to go full steam ahead and be code blue, be fearless, fast, physical, and do what I need to do to have my brother's back.
Awesome. So football is what they do, but it's not who they are.
Correct.
And who they are is based on that foundation of Code Blue. That's pretty awesome.
That's right.
So we're building a great brotherhood there, Coach. So, hey, it's time. August 1st is right around the corner, Thursday. We have the Blue game Friday night, which you don't want to miss at the stadium at 7 o'clock.
7
Coach?
o'clock, yeah.
So tell us, now we go in the preseason. So what does the Blue game look like?
It's really a celebration of our off season coming into camp. A quick sneak preview of what our team's going to be like for, some parents and fans that want to come check it out. It's an opportunity for us to get under the lights, to go through our pregame routine for some of the young guys to step on the field under the lights for the first time and get, have a little bit of anxiety. To get that out of the way, but really it's an opportunity for guys to compete.
Sure.
Our eighth graders are gonna be there, so starting the eighth grade football program for the first time. So those guys are gonna be out there competing. Our freshman guys are gonna be out there competing. The cheerleaders will be out there, get a chance to show one of their new routines. So it's a celebration of our entire football program, and just getting a chance to get out there and.
Now, is that a full go?
Oh, we're going to go live. Yeah, we're going to go, and it's one thing I wish we'd have done last year. We had it last year, and it was just more a little controlled. I mean, it's only our second day of being allowed to tackle. So, but I think we're ready where we're at right now. We've put the work in, and I think the kids are eager to get after it.
Awesome. Well, tell us about. Obviously you have that this coming Friday, but what's the scrimmage schedule kind of look like as we're, trying to build momentum heading into August 23rd, your first home game against New Philly?
Yeah, so we have the Blue game this Friday. The following Friday, Orville is bringing their whole squad, freshmen included, to our place in the morning the next Friday. So we'll have a full week and weekend of practices leading up to that. And then we're going to go to Boardman the following Friday, the 16th, for a night game. So that'll
awesome.
Be good to get away and go practice a road game, and what are the steps to what's the day look like. So try to simulate the times of when we're going to eat, when we're going to leave, when we're going to take the bus, and the pregame warm-ups and all that stuff, and handling an away game. So. Two good games for us that are going to prepare us for that first game against New Philly. And man, I was just looking at the calendar the other day. It's going to be here before we know it. So
it's here. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I tell you what, folks, there is a momentum. You can feel it. There's an excitement. There's momentum. That doesn't lead to prognosticating what the record's going to look like. All I can say is, from a personal standpoint, as I see this team build, I don't know what the record's going to be, but you're going to see a physical, fun, exciting team come Friday nights. And Coach, I'm really excited to see it. But yeah, please come out this coming Friday to the Blue Game and come see what the excitement's all about. So, Coach Kappas, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Good seeing
Always
you.
a pleasure. Great seeing you.
And once again, thanks for joining us here at the Kappas Coaches Corner here at the Spotlight Media Network. Have a good night, everybody, and go Leopards.